On a ship full of heroes who use their skill to heal the forgotten poor, there's one unsung hero they depend on to fuel their passion for giving. We call her the Energizer. At sea, the Africa Mercy looks like any other ship. But as the largest civilian hospital ship in the world, it's anything but ordinary. When it arrives at port, the ship is met by literally thousands of people who've traveled hundreds of miles, some on foot. With state-of-the-art facilities and surgical theaters, Africa Mercy brings desperately needed medical aid to the poorest nations, where health care is scarce, if non-existent. The hundreds of volunteer doctors, nurses, and technicians donate their time, skills, and compassion to provide life-saving and life-changing medical treatments and surgeries.
How's that? Sing a bit more?
Yeah. You can do it.
There's no shortage of heroes on this ship, but there's one person they all depend on to inspire and energize their mission.
She is definitely the Energizer Bunny.
A combination of the Energizer and the Tasmanian Devil.
I would call her undaunted.
Absolutely inspirational.
Fairy Godmother and Tooth Fairy.
Meet Carmen Yurka, the unsung hero who inspires a whole ship of heroes.
Now we're going to go back to the galley and see what's cooking in the galley.
Carmen leads the galley team that serves over 1,000 meals a day for crew, volunteers, and patients.
We have a small kitchen here, and we're cooking for about 475 people today. When I came here, I found that I love to serve. We have to get a big trolley. And I love to work with other people. Edwina and I get very feisty sometimes. And I came into myself as a person. Today we have a Canadian ambassador coming for lunch. So it's going to be a really busy day. And there'll be lots of fun, I hope.
She's troublemaker.
When I first came on the ship, I did not think I could be the galley team leader. Can I have a knife, please? I was very scared at first because I have Apert syndrome.
A rare genetic disorder, the syndrome causes the fusion of bones, preventing normal growth.
Apert syndrome is when your bones are fused together and they have to surgically cut each finger apart and each toe apart.
Carmen has opposable thumbs, but her fingers don't work as well as she'd like. But she's never let that stop her. Despite her physical challenges, she trained and worked as a chef. It was her dream job, but something was missing.
About 5.5 years ago, I kind of realized that I needed to do something different with my life. Do not leave the butter! I was working, but the job that I had was not something I loved to do.
Carmen's life changed when she heard a volunteer describe her plan to work on the Mercy ship.
We're going to Africa for 6 months, for starters.
And she was there for about a week. And we all kind of hit that point of, what did I do?
Can I have a pair of gloves?
And she just started crying.
Please?
And I said, are you okay? And she said, it's just so overwhelming. She just was a little homesick and didn't have her regular support system there and hadn't built one yet. Well, 5.5 years later, the entire ship is Carmen's support system. She has absolutely blossomed.
I have some of the biggest muscles that I've ever had in my arms. 6 months became a year became 5 years, and it just grew from there.
Those surgeons and nurses and specialists that are doing miraculous things down on deck 3, Carmen and people like her are the ones that keep them going.
Napoleon said that an army marches on its stomach. The same is true for us, and Carmen's a huge part of making that happen.
She could have said, no, I have a dream to be a chef, but I can't do this because my hands won't allow me, but she's found ways. It's inspiring, yeah.
I love the galley because you can sing and you can dance and make a fool of yourself.
She's not just loud and noisy and playful and likes to bug people and play practical jokes, but that they recognize that she has a serious side as well.
When I go down to the hospital and when I go to the wards, it gives me shivers up my back because it takes me back to my childhood.
The only treatment for Apert syndrome is surgery. Carmen had her first at 4 months old.
My skull was too small for my brain, so they had to put plates in my head to push my skull forward so my brain could move.
Repeatedly, as she grew from infant to child and child to teen, Carmen had to undergo numerous surgeries. By the time she was 5 years old, she'd had over 20 operations.
It still brings me back to when I was wheeled into the hospital. I have no words for it because it was just scary.
Even then, Carmen gave friendship and comfort to others. She still does today.
I like to be with the patients to give them hope. They see me as a grown adult, and when they see me, it's like, okay, I am going to be okay and have a full and healthy life.
He has a bowed leg on one side. It's not life-threatening, but by straightening his leg will improve the quality of his life.
She sees these people, she sees their pain, she knows exactly what they're going through.
Is that good?
Yep. She has overcome so much adversity and complications in her life, both physically and mentally.
I have a clear and intimate understanding of what they're going through. I had over 20 surgeries in my lifetime. The moment that stands out for me was when I met the Apert syndrome boy in Benin.
Nobody could have spoken into that family's life like Carmen.
At the end of the day, he was smiling, he was jumping, he was playing.
She was able to give them confidence that their child was going to be able to be successful. They could see it in Carmen.
And that really showed me that I'm here for a reason.
I think it's been very healing for her to be able to show, yes, this is who I am and this is what I can do.
It's not something she feels she has to hide behind. She knows she's special, and she knows that she can do everything so well.
When they have a tumor on their face, they are kicked out, they are shunned. And it is so hard to see that. But also, when they get it fixed, they are welcomed back into their families. When I went to school, I got picked on. I got teased, I got bugged. And when you look up at those kids, they are so grateful for us to be looking at their faces and not away.
After 5.5 years, Carmen has decided that it's time to move on. She's leaving a ship of friends who can't imagine life on board without her.
And there's going to be this great big Carmen-sized hole that no one's going to be able to fit into.
They want to send her off in style with a surprise party.
She has come here to this ship and made such a big impact on so many people. I just can't wait to see where she goes from here and who she will touch, what she'll do in the rest of her life. But we'll all miss her. Yeah.
It is definitely going to be different going back to the ship without Carmen.
because the galley just will not be the same without Carmen's laugh just booming around.
In this job, you are going 100% all the time for 10 months at a time. And so you truly need those people who will step up and just energize you and just encourage you to continue on and don't quit. And Carmen is one of those people.
I think that God brought Carmen into our lives to show us that there's no limit what the Spirit can overcome.
We've only just seen the beginnings of Carmen Yurka. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe one day I will come back to the ship because I love this ship. And if it's where God wants me, then I will be here with bells on. Oh, what's it then?
After 6 months, Carmen heard the call and returned to the Africa Mercy ship. And rumor has it, she's wearing bells.